Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
Well, howdy, partner. I see you brought some friends. Come back soon now. Where to, partner? Penthouse floor.
Well, hello, sugar. Not many people know this. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can... In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing. You do? Why, that's just wonderful.
You're always welcome in this town.
You've been a busy courier, haven't you? I will admit, when you ignored my invitation, I predicted negative outcomes. Well, enough. I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity. Fine. Give me the chip and I'll pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. Very well. 5 times your delivery bonus. Such a small thing, isn't it? Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38, but the bombs fell first. I must insist that you stay long enough for me to show you that the Platinum chip does more than change the pictures on the Securitron's face screens. Events of great import are about to unfold, with you taking a central role. To get started, all you need do is take the elevator all the way down. Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational. I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters. I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. Do you have any idea how prodigious is the opportunity you're casting aside here? I'll give you time to think over the consequences of what you're saying.
Congratulations, partner. You can bring your friends too. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Enjoy the digs, partner.
Be sure it's true when you say I love. It's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of words have been broken just because the
Where to, partner?
words spoken.
If you like to hear about love or next
Yes, I do.
scavengers report hulking individuals moving around in valley after dusk,
If you
but have been
break
unable to identify
my
them due to low visibility.
heart,
One more story for you.
So be
This
sure
crisis between the NCR and the Great
when you
Colossus
say I
League,
love you,
when a third-party
it's a
negotiator
sin
successfully secured the hostages release.
alone.
These headlines were brought to you by Vault.
Be sure.
Ooh, suddenly I feel all tingly. You do? Why, that's just wonderful.
It's a sin to tell a lie.
Where to, partner?
Whole lot of folks harm done
High roller sweet.
just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. If you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's to tell.
Where to, partner? Casino floor.
I've got your back.
Excuse me, but are you... Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38. Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House has used. It could be of great benefit to the people we try to help. Really? Oh, I wasn't expecting you to agree so easily. Here, take this packet sniffer. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here.
It looks like you took care of our short-term supply issues. Also, I would like to extend an invitation to join the followers of the Apocalypse. Your work here in the Old Mormon Fort has been invaluable. Excellent! The followers' mission will be better served with someone like yourself traveling around the Mojave. As a representative of the followers, I present you with your very own lab coat. Also, before I forget, here's a key to a safe house you can use to rest if you happen to be in the area. Good to hear. How much? Thanks. Thanks for the donation. Here is what we have available.
I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, you say I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
Hey, may I help you? I like to check up on things from time to time. Since you're here, I can offer you some medical supplies. I can't give you everything I have, but I can give you a few things. I'm usually here a few days out of the week, mostly to keep the fridge stocked. I can give you stims or radiation supplies. Here you go.
Play it again, my Johnny. Maybe you're cold, but you're so warm inside. I was always a fool for my Johnny. For the one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again, Johnny Guitar. What if you go? What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind. I know. There was never a man
Bother someone else. I don't want anything
like
to do.
my Johnny.
Hey there.
Like the one they call Johnny.
They say those robots on the strip are running around with different faces or something. Don't ask, 'cause I don't.
welcome, sir or ma-
Like the one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again, Johnny Guitar.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. House? It looks like we've started getting reports from the tower's network. Oh, what the hell, the bug? I swear to God that old man has thought of everything. Oh, hi. Thanks again for helping us with that data. We were connected for half a minute and received enough data to fill 5 holodisks. It looked like nonsense at first, but we decoded it. It was all biometric data, life signs from Mr. House. The technology he's using is so advanced that it samples data hundreds of times per second. It's fascinating, but depressing. Whatever technology he has can't possibly be practical for the people out here. After 2 tries, I think I've learned enough. I'm sure there's something more promising I could be helping the other followers with. Oh yeah. I didn't tell you about the first time. I'd rather not talk about it if you don't mind. True. Alright. The first try was a little less professional. Someone important on the Strip had access to some of House's technology. Specifically, a Securitron. And more specifically, the someone was Benny. But this was a while ago. He sure didn't. Benny was pretty tight-lipped and cryptic about the thing. But he did let me poke around in it for a while. I wound up helping Benny a lot more than he helped me. Once he had access to the Securitron's memory banks, he kicked me out of the top. Big surprise, right? The Securitron was disabled somehow. Might have been an EMP given some of the damage I saw. Anyway, he wanted it re-enabled and connected to Mr. House's data network. If Mr. House detects a rogue Securitron in his system, he remotely fries it. Getting around that security feature was a... Yeah, strange as it sounds, I figured that bad-mouthing one of the Strip's most powerful... The only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because he's gone now. See you when I see you.
Millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken. If you
What is it?
Word that's been spoken.
No. People die out there. Besides, he was a good spotter. Yeah. When Carla went missing, he was the first person I told. He tried to hide it, but I could tell right away.
So be sure it's true when you say I
No.
love you.
I don't see what this helps. All right. I tracked her down. Whole place swarming with Legion, hundreds of them. I just had my rifle with me. Just me against all of them. Yeah. What they do to women. There was no choice in what I did. It was more like being forced to watch something you can't stop. All this was only ever gonna play out one way. It still is. I don't have any say. It was gonna be something. If I'd never met Carla, it would have been something else. I've got bad things coming to me. Because fair is fair. No. Okay. If you want, it's not really my thing. I met Carla while I was at the Strip on leave. She talked a lot. Suited me fine. I never know what to say. She stuck out pretty much everywhere we went. Like she was from a different time. Fine by me.
Been doing a lot of good work out.
Hey.
silence proves that you've forgotten me. The dream I built for us has tumbled. Each promise.
Papa says.
They tell me I'm supposed to sell you weapons. Take a look.
It's a sin, my darling, how I love you. So much in love, and yet so far apart. It's a sin to hide behind this heartache, to make believe that I found
Give me a shot.
Cut off the head.
Fine by me.
to say that I don't
Then the snake will die. I guess the chairman's dead.
I'm still in love with you. I'm sure you're happy with another who shares a love I couldn't win. Why pretend that I can't live without you when deep inside I know that it's a sin.
You know you're traveling with a
So
fucking
you've been
murderer?
sucked into the decadence of this trip as well, have you? I like you, stranger. You've stood by us when not many would.
Still got a bit of a walk ahead of us. Yeah? He's a snake, that's why. Later. Indulgent. What rhymes with indulgent? Default. Oh, no, that's terrible. What do you want? I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Do you think the followers of the apocalypse would take me? I remember all the... I don't know. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The cons wouldn't take me back. You'd do that? Thanks! I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again. Oh, you heard that, huh? Okay, so, yeah, I was writing poetry. The followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp when I was a kid, and they brought a bunch of old books. Have you seen this tribe? If it's not an epic drunken ballad of cracking skulls and hearing lamentations... Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan anyways. If you survive, you're in. Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. Oh look, it's the... You would? This one's a haiku. Rad scorpion bites. My foot in the box canyon. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. That's it. What do you think? You liked it? Wow, you're the first one who ever did.
Personal space meaning anything to you, lady?
I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
Hey there, need anything?
Heartache number 3 was when you called me and said that you were coming back to stay. With hopeful heart I waited for you, knocked on the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've
Evening.
got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
Great to see you again. We're always looking for new members. Excellent. Ezekiel's been after me to find him a new assistant for ages.
What's up?
You let the blues move in now, I'm moving out. This old house ain't a home with no love inside it. We said how pretty strong. Now we just can't fight it. I'm leaving today. I don't wanna argue or shout. You let the blues move in, now I'm moving out. What's the use in buying a car if you won't buy gasoline? We used to be 2 under par, now we can't get on the green. I don't know where it went, but it sure went flying. Love's
Good.
like
How much ass did you have to kick to get Papa Khan to like you so much?
crying. Tell me where can I
You did?
go?
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
East or west or north or due south. You let the blues move in, now I'm moving out. I'm picking it.
Hey, look who it is,
do. We don't, like, do anything. We make the happy stuff. What do you need? Nah, kitten. More like drug suppliers. Guess I just had a natural talent for it. When I was a kid, these cats called the Followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp. They knew all kinds of kooky, scientistical stuff, so I ate up all the Their family, you dig? They've always looked out for us, made sure we had something. Papa may look like a big angry bear, but he's a softy at heart. Regis is the other dudes call him Jerry the Punk. That's kind of harsh, though. He's usually down around the proving ground if you want to say yo. What do you mean, helpful? Oh, you're right. I should start a side project. Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already. But if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
Be sure it's true when you say I love.
I like you, stranger. You've stood by us with... You're not one of my regulars. We keep the Great Khans from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the cat. We're supplying things people want in exchange for things our tribe needs. We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. Personally, I think they're kind of creepy, but Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on psycho.
I love you. Yes, I do.
I'll spare you the history lesson. Things have been rough for a while now. Even with Jack working all the time and my runners making deliveries, maybe this alliance with Caesar will help. Red Rock Canyon isn't exactly the most hospitable place. We used to send patrols out to acquire supplies, but ever since Bitter Springs, there just aren't enough of us left.
It's a sin to tell.
Yeah, you made a pretty good argument. We'll keep it small for now, but if it turns a profit, we...
Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. 'Cause you got sense enough to know it's a sin.
You know you're traveling with a fucking murderer?
Whole lot of folks hard.
You dirty coward. No!
Whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken. A sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folks hard been broken. Just over a whole lot of foolish
Morning.
words that's been spoken.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love. If you break
I haven't seen you before.
I'll die. So be sure it's true.
Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. Nothing. Forget about it. That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar. I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now.
What is it?
to Radio New Vegas, your little jukebox in the Mojave Wasteland. I am Mr. New Vegas, and I'm here for you. If you like news, you're gonna...
I've been sending requests for relief for months now.
According to a new report, violent
It's a distress call. This camp is...
in New Vegas. The report credits the decline...
At this point, I'll take anything you can give me. We need more troops, fresh supplies, and medical relief. As if that wasn't enough, someone's been coming out of the mountains at night, stealing supplies and picking off my people.
In other news...
I don't know. The NCR's stretched thin as it is. I've put in requests at Camp Golf, Forlorn Hope, McCarran. Maybe if their situations improve, they'd have men to spare. Or maybe they'd listen to someone with... You'll want to talk to Lieutenant Markland about that. He's our medical officer. Food, blankets, clothes, tools. The Army used to ship out caches of supplies regularly. It started about 6 months ago. At first it was just supplies going missing. Always a single bullet to the head. Always from extreme range. We know he must be hiding out in one of the caves up in the mountains. But I don't have enough men to send out looking for him. Okay, but... This is the Bitter Springs refugee camp. We've been maintaining it for a few years now, ever since Caesar's Legion started seriously pushing west. Most of the people here were displaced by the Legion's advance. At first, there weren't many, but lately it's been more than we can handle. This whole area used to be a Great Khan encampment before they relocated to Red Rock Canyon.
Wow, hey, it's you! Hey, if you can help, I'll take whatever I can get. Doctor's bags would be a huge help, but I'm not trained to deal with major psychological trauma. I'm an Army field medic, but this, the kids and the psychological trauma... Caravan companies are probably your best bet. Thank you.
That fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
Oh, I got spurs that jingle, I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Hey there.
And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fools, this is why I never ride. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, as I go riding merrily along.
Fine by me.
Hey there. You...
You're back.
Howdy, folks. This is Mr. New Vegas, and I have a good feeling about
All right.
all of you listening. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Also in the headlines, refugees at Bitter Springs are giving startling accounts of
You're back.
known as Lanius, who is said to be Caesar's top field commander.
The nociception regulator
the Legate took over an underperforming squad of troops by beating its commander to death in full view of everyone.
You're back.
The Legate then ordered a tenth of his own force be killed by the other 9/10. And you thought your boss was a pain. This program was brought to you by Gamora.
You're back.
It'll be our secret. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone
The reef.
when it wasn't quite true? Sure you have. But you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
You're back.
Be sure it's true when you say I love. It's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts have been broken. Just
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
If you break my heart, I'll die.
Yeah? What is it?
So be sure it's true.
Thank you.
Say I love you.
Both of them? I think that should just about cover us. Well, still.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folks' heart is done been broken. Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love. If you break my heart, when you say I
Can't run from me. All mine.
Howdy, folks. It's Mr. New Vegas, and I have a good feeling about all of you listening. Here are our top stories. Beef prices around the New Vegas Strip have dropped significantly following an agreement between the Ultralux and Brahman Baron Heck Gunderson. Moving on. Tensions are brewing in Freeside between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the large number of NCR squatters seeking refuge there. The leader of the Kings, who would only identify himself as the King, voiced his displeasure, calling NCR citizens, quote, the devil in disguise. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto and called for a mass, quote, return to sender. And that's the news. Here's Bing Crosby reminding us of those times when you absolutely had to kiss the person you love. Something's gotta give. Up next.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet just as sure as you live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine, don't say no, 'cause I insist. have in store from their vast, mysterious sky. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out as sure as we live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give.
This is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. And now the news. Merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble. Also in the headlines, witnesses report a huge object or creature surfacing in Lake Mead. So far, photos of the so-called Lake Mead monster are grainy and underexposed. Those were our top stories. In New Vegas, so far, photos of the so-called Lake Mead monster are grainy and underexposed. Those were our top stories. In New Vegas, we know the pain that numbers can bring us. Well, so does Guy Mitchell, who's got heartaches by the number.
What is it? All right.
I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
Who are you? How did you find this place? Refugee camp? Is that what they're calling it? Let me tell you something. That refugee camp, it's built on the blood and tears of my people. We were the flails of God, the scourge of the Mojave, the best warriors and raiders in the wasteland. The main force hit the canyon by surprise. While our warriors tried to hold them off, we sent our women, our children, our old through the... NCR's 1st Recon Battalion was waiting for them on Coyote Tail Ridge. No con left alive. That was the order, my family. For revenge, the NCR committed an atrocity here. An atrocity that they tried to bury and forget. I know that, but what else can I do? Maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe 3 years is vengeance enough. Here, this will unlock the supply caches we left in caves around these mountains.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Caesar's Legion continues to fortify its position in Nelson, where it remains a constant concern for Camp Forlorn Hope and the nearby town of Novak. In other news, scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk. but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. That's all for now. This is Mr. New Vegas saying, I'm just no good without you. Have you ever been in love with a celebrity? Now come on, you don't have to be shy. I feel it between us two. Sometimes you can't help being mad about the boy.
Mad about the boy. I know it's stupid to be mad about the boy. I'm so ashamed of it,
Hey.
but must admit the sleepless nights I've had about the boy. Ah, silver screen, he melts my foolish heart in every single
You're back.
Though I'm quite aware that here and there
We do have some spare Rad-X in the supply tent.
about the boy.
Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. You did? Who was it? I should have expected as much. There's still a lot of bad blood between the cons and the NCR. The incident, yes. It was a tragic... We provided medical aid to the wounded. All the wounded.
Diversity of misery and joy.
I don't know how you did it.
I'm feeling quite insane and young again, and all because I'm mad about the
Oh, I've heard of you. At this point, I'll take anything you can give me.
Howdy, folks. It's Mr. New Vegas. And
I'm glad to see you here.
good feeling about all of
I'll be honest. The Legion has me worried here.
put on my newsman fedora here. Residents and squatters in Freeside are overjoyed after waking to discover that the area is being supplied with electricity from an unknown source. In addition, Tops Hotel owner Benny has been killed by an unidentified assailant. His former right-hand man, Swank, consoled mourners.
If I know my pal Benny, he's swinging with the big cat upstairs as we speak. Or he's chasing some angel broad with cans as big as our halo.
The news has been brought to you by...
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. Thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for...
I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
I appreciate your concern for Bitter Springs.
Oh, hell. What is it now? Hey, you're a damn fine soldier, and word on the grapevine is that you're already some kind of hero.
Until the moment we met, I had no one to cling to be just everything to be my own
Evening.
love. If this is a dream, let me keep on dreaming. Where have you been all my life?
Anything else I can do for you? Thanks to your help, I think Bitter Springs has a real shot at surviving. That's very generous of you.
What's up? Let's go make trouble. Ooh, got something good for me?
Still making a nuisance?
Without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone. Without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
and gentlemen, this is Mr. New Vegas. Thank you very, very much for listening. Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here. Witnesses report a huge object or creature surfacing in Lake Mead. So far, photos of the so-called Lake Mead monster are
Yes? What is it?
underexposed. In addition,
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. Yeah, on top of everything else, so somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look...
of the replacement parts. We'll have more news for you.
Well, why not? I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. We don't have much to go on right now. It derails everything. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now.
What is it? Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. Careful with Contreras, though. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company, so I work with Colonel Shu on logistics. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how... It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL. Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. Colonel Shu sent him out. I don't know him very well myself. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to. Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Boy, shit.
What'd you think of Mr. House? A lifetime supply.
It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a
Did the Colonel send you? I know. I've been crying. My husband, he's a ranger, and Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. Colonel says he can't spare the men to bring Esteban back home. His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot.
Like the sailor said, quote,
Ma'am, I'd about given up hope. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings. There's an NCR position just north of there.
My buddies at Camp McCarran are breathing easy. Now that... Hey, no one...
Hey there. Pleasure doing.
Better not try that again.
Hi, honey. I'm Dazzle. Yeah, he used to come around here a lot. He used to go on and on about water and the farms east of the Strip. Boring as hell, but it was his money and his time. Well now, that's unusual. Normally no one cares. I can remember her face, but not her name. More than I can remember of my daddy, I guess. We lived in West Side. As bad as it can be some days in here. Hi.
The fuck are you looking at?
Did Benny beg before you burnt?
Howdy. Something I can help you with? Yes. He said he was looking into the water shortage, but I haven't... White was talking to me about computer stuff and water delivery schedules through the pipes, but the last person I saw him talking to was Lieutenant Romanowski. Romanowski's around... Sure do. Came from the hub on account of the Thaler Act. Something the politicians back in Shady Sands came up with. Bad soil and ration water. It's to be expected around here. But the rationing's off. Pretty hard to meet their crop quotas with 20% less water than we're supposed to be getting. They're part of the deal, the Thaler Act. A lot of folks come to New Vegas and lose everything in free side of the Strip. Much as I sympathize, their theft would put me in a bad spot. Everything I can.
In order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that holding the dam against...
I'm not a recruitment officer. You want to join the Army? I'm sure someone at McCarran can point you in the right direction. The Office of Science and Industry has carefully calculated the amount of water needed for these crops. Besides, most of these crops look fine to me. If there really is a problem, they can take it up with Lieutenant Boyd at McCarran. A lot of the crops grown here support the various NCR camps in the region. We can't have wastelanders popping in here for a free meal. Impressive, aren't they? We get the water, clean water, pumped in from Lake Mead. If you follow... Corporal White is currently solving the mystery of the Great Water Shortage. He went over to West Side to talk to Tom Anderson. Anderson's a follower of the Apocalypse. They're based out of the old fort in Freeside. They know stuff about tech and medicine and usually help out anybody who asks. Haven't seen him. He's a glory hound, always looking for a way to get promoted to Ranger.
So be sure it's true
Here to do business?
when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. Cause you got sense enough to know it's a sin to lie.
Another
Whole lot of folks hard done been broke.
Howdy.
Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love
Tom Anderson, can I help you? No one by that name has come here, I'm afraid. You must have heard wrong.
So be sure
Fair enough. Since you seem to have pieced it together, I won't insult you by denying it any further. I killed Corporal White to protect Westside self-reliance. We don't have money to pay for the water, so I rigged a pump station to divert water to the local cisterns from time to time. If the NCR thinks White was killed by, say, members from the Scorpions gang, thank you. What happened was regrettable.
Somebody prove me wrong? We've got some news for you coming right up. Witnesses report a huge object or creature surfacing in Lake Mead. So far, photos of the so-called Lake Mead monster are grainy and underexposed.
What's up?
Also, merchants are saying that
I was young.
little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble. These headlines were brought to you by Vault 21. Vault 21. Everything's better when you experience it in a vault. Have you ever been in love with a celebrity? Now come on, you don't have to be shy. I feel it between us two. Sometimes you
You're back. Don't tell me.
But must admit the sleepless night.
Shit. That's why you don't go wandering off looking for some Paul Anderson. Is
Silver screen.
Man, that guy's got water on the brain. Knows more about water pipes than any man should. If he says we're losing water, I think the Colonel would listen to that. But you, I owe you for this. You saved me a lot of work. And I'm sure Corporal White's family will be grateful to at least get some closure. The MPs keep a bunch of junk. I haven't really sorted through it. We keep it in a trunk.
I'm not a fool, girl. I really shouldn't. Lord knows I'm not a schoolgirl in the flurry of her first affair. Will it ever cloy this odd diversity of misery and joy? I'm quite insane and young again, and all because I'm mad about the
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
Hey, you're the one who's been...
This is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place,
What's up?
you have.
Welcome back, friend.
Folks, time for some news. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk, but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. In other news, a hostage crisis between the NCR and their Great Khans was resolved peacefully when a third-party negotiator successfully secured the hostage's release. The preceding segment was sponsored by the Silver Rush. Silver Rush. Feel the rush of a warm laser in your hand. Got some Dean Martin coming up, talking about the greatest feeling in the world, love. Ain't that a kick in the head? Sure is. Dino, it sure is.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Rough.
Hungry? Thirsty? Horny? The Atomic Wrangler has you covered.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to search you before. There.
He's got no resources but a decent cause. We've got plenty of resources and a totally lost cause. You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. It's a free wasteland.
She's telling me we'll be wet. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better.
We're watching you closely.
Tell me quick. Boy, ain't love
but I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One anonymous official told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts. Moving on. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. These headlines were brought to you by Vault 21. Vault 21. Everything's better when you experience it in a vault. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
Sleep, go to sleep. Just lay down your weary head. Dream, sweetly dream. Dream about tomorrow instead. Sleep, go to sleep. Whispering a lullaby tune. Dream, sweetly dream. Swinging with the man in the moon. Why don't you go and take it slow? And don't you know all your lovely dreams will come true? So just close your eyes. Listen to a sweet lullaby. Sleep softly, sleep, and let the world go by.
To the town of our Frio rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have
Welcome to
too
the
much
Silver
to
Rush.
say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take it out. He said it didn't matter, he was after Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men to try before a day. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. soldier's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
What's up? What's up?
Hello. I've still got guns and ammo.
And I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation. Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here. Prem formally sworn in new sheriff today. RNV reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
Howdy do, folks. I'm Sheriff Myers. Be good, or I'll shoot you dead.
Also, word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. The news has been brought to you by the Vicky and Vance Casino. Vicky and Vance, be our partners in crime. Gonna play a song for you right now, and it's about that special someone you find only once in a blue moon.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me
You're the outsider.
the only one my
Wonderful.
arms will hold.
Excellent.
I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon it turned to gold. Blue
Ages ago, long before I was born, we lived underground. Everyone had guns. But the overseer wouldn't let us explode anything, not even a hand grenade.
without a love of my own.
We left and wandered the wasteland. They were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers. It was neat, but there was a downside. For every 43.6 savages we killed, we lost one of our own. We needed a new home. We needed Nellis. Here we have prospered and multiplied. Here our mighty guns destroy any savages who might try to harm us before they can even reach our gates. Well, until... But... Not saying you want to harm us or you're a savage, but anyways. Nellis has revealed many secrets. It has taught us how to fly the bombers once based here, and it has taught us where to find one. And that is our story so far. For this last image is our future. To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety, raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. This is our destiny. I'm pleased that you listened to the entire story. Perhaps there are details you'd like to know more about. Let me know. I've seen the bomber. It's... Ask away. So you know about the vaults? In our vault, everyone had guns. I guess all the little pops and bangs at the firing range. And at Nellis, we found it. Anything else you want to know? Several automatic warheads detonate. The savages of the... That's exactly right. You're very knowledgeable for... Anything else you want? Nellis is a completely self-sufficient community. Thank you. Anything else you want to know? You're right. They weren't here when we discovered Nellis. We found the guns at a huge weapon depot. It took many weeks to drag the guns and their ammunition back to Nellis. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to know? Once we restore power, we learned that some elaborate chairs we've been sleeping in were actually... We believe they were used to train combat pilots. Before you ask, I'm afraid there's no way... That's beautiful. Anything else you want to know? Loyal found a file somewhere on the base. It seems that a bomber, apparently the 29th of... The photograph shows that it was basically intact.
Maybe you're cold.
Yes. I wish everyone were just as interested in our story as you are.
What's up?
I was always a fool for my Johnny, for the one they call Johnny Guitar. But if you stay, I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind. I know. There was never a man like my Johnny. Like the one they call Johnny Guitar.
Watch out!
Whoa!
There was never a man
Irene.
like my Johnny.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Like the one
Good luck
they
killing something with that.
call
Thing's busted.
Johnny Guitar.
Watch out!
Good to see you. Alive, that is.
Johnny.
Really? I mean, that's great. Why don't you go tell the Elder the good news?
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas.
What's up?
To the town of our Fria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow,
Back again, I see. Good news for a change. Your efforts have humbled me, outsider. You have done more than I could expect, even from my brothers. Moreover, I've been going over the scouts' reports and keep coming up with the same conclusion. The NCR is not the threat I've believed it to be. We should not have had to rely on your help in this crisis. I believed my actions were guided by caution and prudence, but I now see the truth. People called me a hero after what happened at Helios, but I left that battle scarred by fear, and have allowed that weakness to govern my actions. That ends now. I will undo the wrong I have done my brethren and lift the lockdown. With luck, we will once again flourish. Please, take this. It is a small token of my thanks, and scarcely begins to repay the debt owed you, but is all I am allowed to give an outsider. This key will allow you to use our safe house to the northeast. I hope it will prove useful in your travels.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow.
What's up?
Welcome, outsider, welcome. The lockdown, with the surface open to us once again. Hardin's already started talk of sending a force out to attack Helios, but I hope to dissuade him. What can I do for you? You've certainly earned the right, but I'm afraid there's a slight matter of protocol that must be dealt with first. Exceptional individuals, like yourself, are sometimes allowed to join the Brotherhood if they perform a valuable service for it. While your actions up to this point have been commendable, I am afraid they don't... However, I do have another task that fits the bill rather nicely. As one of our patrols discovered, the mutants just to the northeast have become strangely violent in the years we were secluded. However, this turn of events could also be an opportunity. We mostly left the equipment of the communications array there alone, as the inhabitants have now proven themselves hostile. No more respect will be accorded them. I want you to head up to the summit of Black Mountain and install this remote signal transmitter. It will allow us to tap into the radar and other detection systems running there. If we're going to operate on the surface again, it would be nice to do so with as much information at our fingertips as possible. Good luck.
Laser in your hand. Got some Dean Martin coming up, talking about the greatest feeling in the world, love. Ain't that a kick in the head? Sure is. Dino, it sure is.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
A bunch of shut-ins who scorn outsiders and hold technology over them. Gee, where have I heard that one before? Hey, you got a second? The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. Great! Thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me
Greetings, my friend.
boy, ain't love a kick. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick
Hello, Veronica.
in the head?
This is Mr. New Vegas fanning the flames of your passion. We've got some news for you coming right up. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk, but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. In other news, NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One anonymous official told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts. Those are our stories for this hour. This is Mr. New Vegas signing off. Just kidding. I'm not going anywhere.
Hello, Veronica.
My love for you
How
is
goes your
too
mission?
strong.
We'll know in a second.
More classics
I
coming
wanted to talk
right
to
up
you.
for you. So
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Until the moment we met, I had no one to cling to be just everything to be.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. It's not too late to change his mind. He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it. That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members. Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets its attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea. Our elder before McNamara, he had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I could think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it. I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home? The two of you may have the Elder fooled. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
There's nothing here for you, human. Though it is always good to see you.
Been doing a lot of good work.
Background?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program. This is Mr. New Vegas, and each and every one of you is wonderful in your own special way. Here are our top stories. Listeners have been unable to pick up radio broadcasts from Black Mountain recently. Most are calling the static quote a welcome improvement. Also in the headlines,
That doesn't belong.
beef prices around the New Vegas. Listeners have been unable to pick up radio broadcasts from Black Mountain recently. Most are calling the static quote a welcome improvement. Also in the headlines, beef prices around the New Vegas Strip have dropped
What's up?
significantly following an agreement between the Ultralux and Brahman Baron Heck Gunderson. That news was brought to you by the Tops Casino. You'll dig us, baby. We're the Tops. Here's Bing Crosby reminding us of those times when you absolutely have to kiss the person you love.
Is it time?
Something's gotta give. Up next.
Fine by me. I'd really like my beret back, please. Fine by me. What is it? All right.
Hey there.
Don't say no, 'cause I insist. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna get kissed. So on guard, who knows what the fates have in store from their vast, mysterious sky.
What's up?
I'll try hard,
Let's go.
ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? Fight it with all of our might.
I've still got guns and